Savage Sports fan, please like, share, subscribe. We're a new channel trying to get it up and going. New subscribers, thank you for the love and support. Hit the bell notification, drop a comment, share a video. Listen, Chicago Bears. My Chicago Bears. Newsflash. Listen, Chicago Bears. Do you know who Antonio Pierce is? Do you know who Antonio Pierce is? He is currently the interim head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. You know him from playing in the Giants. I remember him. He had a brief run on TV, I believe on Fox. He tried to do the commentating thing, but coaching was his love. And right now, he is the current intern coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I believe they got a tough game. I'm not sure. I believe they play the Miami Dolphins. I got to check the schedule. So if I said, man, if he could beat the Dolphins, they're going to probably hire him full time. But it's Las Vegas. Las Vegas got to put people in the seats. And Las Vegas is still Las Vegas. They got to have a glamorized name. That's why they brought in, Josh McDaniels. They got to still, have some cachet in there. So Antonio Pierce may not be, a big enough name for him. That's no knock against him. I'm not saying it. I'm just speaking my perspective. Now, Chicago, for some reason, if Antonio Pierce does not get hired, I believe that's your head coach because he's already in the league. He used to be a player. He knows how to pick talent. He benched Jimmy G. He made the hard decisions that most people. Jimmy G is making a lot of money. Remember Drew Bledsoe got benched for that guy named Tom Brady. Somebody had to, and Drew Brees was making a nice penny at that time. He was the starter. So you need somebody who can make the tough call and the players can respect him in the locker room. So you listen, Antonio Pierce is more of a defensive guy. And I think the Bears, if you look at the coaches that's winning, they're offensive guys. From the Andy Reids and down the list. You can just go look at the top teams that's winning. Even when you had the Los Angeles Rams, McVay, offensive guy. San Francisco, the Shanahans, offensive guy. Sean Payton, offensive guy. They turning that thing around in Denver. He's an offensive guy. If you look at teams that's winning big and consistently, it's more of an offensive head coach. Maybe it's going to be swing. The NFL is about trends and swings and things like that. For me, I think Antonio Pierce would be good in Chicago. I think he'll be great in Chicago. So I'm just throwing this out here early. If the Chicago Bears are having a hard time thinking about who the next candidate is, can they create a bidding war for, Antonio Pierce? Now, I do know he's a West Coast guy. I do know he likes the West Coast. He don't want to be far home. But if you can make him the nice offer, look at our last two coaches. Look at the Bears' last two coaches, man. The Bears ain't did nothing since Lovey. Let's just keep this thing 100. The Bears haven't done nothing since Lovey left. So I'm putting it out here that we all know what's going to happen. I think he'll bring a different type of fresh energy to the Bears. Fresh energy. Can he handle the cold weather? I don't know. He was in New York for many, many years. You pay him the right amount of money. I don't think, you pay any of these guys the right amount of money, they will coach on Mars. So I don't think that's an issue. But I think what he has done in a short time, now the season is still more games to play. So monitor this situation. It's going to be some tough games for the Raiders coming up. I don't expect him to win them all. If he does win them all or comes close to win them all, it might be a bidding war for Antonio Pierce. It will behoove him to say, hey, let me weigh all my options. It's other teams outside of Las Vegas that need a coach. And I think him and Justin Fields, man, Chicago Bears, him and Justin Fields someone that can understand Justin. He's not that too far from removed from being a player. He's not that much older than him. He understands him. The Chicago Bears will be doing a disservice if they don't even try to get an interview with Antonio Pierce. Unless the Raiders just lock him up immediately. I mean, the Chicago Bears should at least try to get an interview to see, hey, gauge the interest. You know, who had the better team? The Bears beat the Raiders. We beat the Raiders. So it wasn't pretty, but we got that victory. Remember, we beat the Raiders in Las Vegas in Jon Gruden's last game before his scandal. You know, that was the Bears. You know, that was the Chicago Bears going out to Vegas and retiring Jon Gruden. And you know what I'm saying? So it was a good redemption for everybody at the time, our linebacker, everybody. Our defense played well when we went to Vegas. And then Vegas was in Soldier Field a few weeks ago, and they left with an L. So, I mean, that can come down to coaching and player placement and coordinators. But for some reason, the Chicago Bears have been laying out the Raiders. So one can make an argument that our rebuild and our young players are better than theirs. So I think it would be attractive to at least get an interview. Antonio Pierce, share this video, send it to Antonio Pierce. I know he out there. He on YouTube land. His people are. I know his some of the insiders out in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Insider. They do a great job with that podcast. Forward it over him. They're not going to forward this because they want him in Las Vegas as long as possible. They want him long term. But it's other players and it's other teams and circumstances that will love to have his services. And Chicago is one of them. So I'm putting it out first. You heard it here first, Savage Sports fan. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Do you think we should at least get an interview? Chicago. Come on now. Doesn't he look good in the Bears color? He don't look good in silver and black like that. He look good in orange and blue and orange, C on the top. He needs to be running out the tunnel with that C across his chest, not for captain, but for Chicago. So listen, all you people out there in YouTube land, listen, make sure the Raiders somehow get this video out to Vegas. And he can bring that receiver with him. He can bring some pieces with him from out in Vegas, and they'll be good in Chicago. So listen, drop a comment. I think the audition, everybody monitor the situation in Chicago. Let's monitor it. I think, we want all coaches to have an opportunity, and your guy's your guy. But at the end of the day, I think he's an ideal candidate. Player, big city. He was a player in New York. Chicago's not New York, but we are a big city and we are in the Midwest. And the big stage, he's showing he can do it. I think Antonio Pierce will be a great head coach for the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears, yes, in the Midwest. I know this is crazy, but Savage Sports Fan on YouTube, put it out here first. Like, share, subscribe. If he's not the best candidate for the Chicago Bears, drop a comment. Who is the best candidate for the Chicago Bears? Let us know. We would like to know. Drop a comment. I'm out.